Hello and welcome to another episode of It Came From the Page. And today, I thought I would just do kind of a channel update. Just kind of talking about what I'm going to be doing in the future few months. Kind of reaching out to some of my subscribers, asking what kind of videos they want, that type of thing. So first off, everyone seems to be doing this 100 book, 25 book, 50 book reading challenge. I did have Caleb Bouchard. I'll link his channel in the below. He announced that he was doing this, and he said, "Oh, I would love to see you do this." I won't do this. I personally, I feel like for my own book buying habits, it's probably better to make like a long term, being more strict with what I buy versus just doing a challenge like this. Because, I see people do this challenge and then immediately, as soon as they end the challenge, basically buy 100 books. So they'll read 100 books, and then all of a sudden their next haul will be like 100 books. Like, I swear to God. And I just think you're kind of just getting yourself into a cycle at that point. If you're just doing it for fun, cool, awesome, go for it. No shade on anyone who's doing it. It sounds like a fun challenge. Just for me, I've grown to be more selective with what I buy versus just making a challenge like that. So, I kind of have this idea in my head, like, what am I going to be buying? What am I going to be reading? Also, I think that the timing is a little, I know like nobody is doing this intentionally, but I think doing it during right near the like Christmas season is a little bit probably bad timing for anybody who's selling books. Because almost all retail, like most of their business is in, is in these particular quarters. So the last quarter leading up to the end of the year in December, the holiday season, is like where most of the revenue for like independent booksellers and all these people come from. And cutting them off from that right now, just I don't think is the best idea, just because the indie booksellers that I do enjoy, and the one or two independent bookstores in my city are kind of depending on any business I give them during this time. So I would, if I was gonna ever do a challenge like this, I'd probably do this in more like first quarter, January to February-ish. Probably not right now. Again, if you're just buying books on Amazon, fuck Amazon, right? You can do whatever you want on Amazon, or if you're only buying from thrift books or something like that, it's not a big deal. Just if you are somebody who patronizes an independent bookstore, if you're participating in this challenge, maybe just go and buy gifts for people. That way you're not buying books for yourself, you're buying gifts for people. If you're trying to save money and you can't afford it, then you don't need to. But if you can afford it, and you do shop at an independent bookseller, right now is a very pivotal moment for like almost all retailers in terms of making money in order to stay open. So just, if you have the money and you're still using independent booksellers, but you are on a break, just go buy some gifts for people. And that's probably a good way to kind of just be like, hey, here's some gifts for people, right? So, and you still give them some money and by participating in this challenge. I think for me, right now, so I'm in Canada, all prices on everything has just gone through the roof. We're dealing with a huge inflation right now, which is a bit worrying, because recently I had all those evaluations, and they basically said, no, you're not returning to work. You will now be on long-term disability for the rest of your life, which is, or if things change, right? There's always the if, post-stroke, maybe in 6 years something will happen, but right now I'm not able to go back to work. And I live on a very fixed income that doesn't rise with inflation, unfortunately. So when my company set up their disability clause, they didn't put in inflation to be accounted for, right? So I'm still getting the same amount of money I was 2 years ago. Now everything's more expensive. So that will just change how I will be buying books in general. And I've kind of decided that I'll be kind of more, kind of forward and a little bit more picky as to what I actually buy. Also, I think I kind of unhaul enough where I'm like, well, am I going to read this? No, I'll donate it to a local free library, or I'll trade it into my independent bookstore to get credit to buy more books kind of that way. So right now I just, I don't think it's a time for when I would personally be doing that particular challenge, but I wish you all the best of luck. And also, if you live in the UK, get all the books that Criminali's not buying right now. I mean, you got 4 months to get all those vintage paperbacks that Criminali just goes num 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 num, or get the next disturbing book before Criminali causes an international outage of the books. Right? If he's on a book buying break right now, and you're in the UK, you got to take advantage of that. Buy all of his books that he would normally be buying. Uh, you only have about 2 months though, because that man is a reading machine. And other than that, so we have just hit in Canada right now. We have hit heavy snowfall. The last 2-3 days, it's just been snowing nonstop. I'm basically snowed in because it's not very friendly for people who walk with a cane right now to walk anywhere. So I've kind of just been inside reading a lot of audiobooks, been playing some video games, just kind of trying to stay sane. So that's been fun for me. Would be interested in what the next few months are going to look like for my channel. Winter is like really hard on me physically. So I'm just like, I don't know how consistent the uploads will be. Maybe it'll just be once a week, depending on how my body is doing. Because, yeah, today I'm having a real bad... My body's not doing well at all. But I'm still able to make a video, so that much is good. I'm also still being able to read, thankfully. I can't move much, because, like, when I try to move, like, all of my right-sided weakness is, like, really pronounced right now. So I just kind of, like, sloop and lope. So I've just been kind of sitting down, listening to audiobooks or playing video games, and also getting some reading done. So I'm getting some reading done, which is nice. It's just kind of snowed in for the moment. With that, all that being said, my question for you is, what kind of videos are you guys interested in the future? What are you guys kind of looking for from the channel? I seem to be having a little bit of a dip in viewership for certain videos, and it's like very much like ups and downs, like where some people are like, oh, I really like this video, and then other people are like, oh, I don't like this video. So I would just be interested in what you as a viewer would want me to cover, what kind of books you want me to cover, and things like that. So yeah, I would just be interested, and I thought I would throw that out there in a video, short little video like this, to just kind of talk to you all and ask what you want from me. What kind of videos are something that you would enjoy hearing me talk about? And so hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are getting some reading done. Sorry, this is a kind of a quicker video. Like I said, I'm not feeling very well today, so I thought I would do a video and just kind of talk about some things in general. I am going to be participating in the Christmas Evil reading marathon that just got introduced by Slime and Slashers, Kelly Hooks on Books, Fiber Artsy, and Michelle's Melancholia. I'll be linking... I'll just have a link of like all of their like the announcement videos below. Seems like a great time. I am reading a lot of nonfiction because nonfiction November, but I'm also kind of participating in Kelsey's nostalgic readathon. Kelsey is really, really good at creating a TBR readathon that has very general prompts that you can just kind of fit in. So I am kind of trying to make a decided effort to kind of participate in that, but I'm also kind of mood reading and just finding that, I'm reading things that fall into that regardless. So that's kind of what I'm doing this month. Would love to hear what you guys are doing. Hope you guys are having a good day. And again, apologies for the short video. Goodbye.